What if I told you that sex in long-term relationships isn't just about passion or procreation, but about real biological bonding that can actually grow stronger over time? And that some of what you were taught about waiting, earning, or saving sex may be shaping your body's ability to connect in ways you've never understood? Hi, I'm Dr. Camilla, host of the Intimacy Lab for Ubie Health. As one of the AI faces of Ubie's global network of over 1,200 medical providers, and backed by insights from more than 12 million users, I'm here to help you separate fact from fiction, especially when it comes to sex, sexual health, relationships, and intimacy. With so much misinformation floating around online, it's more important than ever to get doctor approved info you can actually trust. Let's unpack something I hear all the time from couples who come to me after 10, 15, even 20 years of marriage. They say, "We've raised the kids, we show up for each other, but sex just doesn't feel the same, and we don't really know what's changed." What they're often feeling isn't failure, it's a shift in how sex functions in their connection. And guess what? That's not only normal, it's expected. One of the most fascinating things about sex in committed relationships is how it evolves. Early on, sex lights up the novelty centers in our brain. Dopamine fires like crazy. But later, sex can become a home base. Less fireworks, more gravity. And that's actually backed by biology. Oxytocin, often called the cuddle hormone, increases with sexual activity over time, especially with someone we trust. It doesn't just make you feel close. It rewires your nervous system to recognize that closeness as safe. For many couples, especially those who've moved past the honeymoon phase, this isn't a loss, it's a transformation. Sex becomes less about chasing a high and more about grounding, comfort, and what researchers call attachment synchronization. I once had a patient, a queer woman in her 50s, who sobbed one day when she realized that she'd never experienced sex as safety until her current relationship. "I thought it was supposed to feel like a roller coaster," she told me. "Now it feels like a weighted blanket, and I like it." This might feel taboo, but it's not uncommon. Many of us were taught that sexual desire has to feel urgent or spontaneous. The truth is, in long-term relationships, desire is often responsive. It grows out of sustained emotional connection, not fireworks. That's not a problem to fix. It's a pathway to deepen. So what can you do if sex feels stale or emotionally distant? First, stop blaming yourself. Shifting intimacy doesn't mean something's broken. It means the structure is changing. Second, try touch without an agenda. A no-pressure 15-minute cuddle, or what we call a non-sexual sensual check-in, can reboot intimacy. Over time, even low-stakes physical closeness builds trust and arousal pathways in the brain. Third, redefine what sex means in your relationship. Instead of focusing only on intercourse, think broader. Physical comfort, laughter, emotional vulnerability, even intentional eye contact. These are all ways the body says, "I'm still here, and I choose you." Feeling disconnected? Evidence-based practices like sensual mindfulness, mirror work, or something as simple as mutual foot rubs can restore nervous system safety, especially for partners healing from trauma. Neuroplasticity means we can always rewire connection. I also want to speak to my BIPOC, queer, and neurodiverse folks. If your experience of sex comes with an added layer of shame, trauma, or cultural silence, you're not alone. You deserve pleasure and safety. And redefining intimacy on your own terms is not just possible, it's essential. Remember, sex in long-term love is less about heat and more about attunement. It's building a private language. It's covenant. Yes, but not just in the religious sense. It's the sacredness of saying, even if the world gets loud, this space is our quiet. Worried about your own health? Start by checking in with the Ubie Symptom Checker at ubiehealth.com. Its medical-grade, doctor-approved AI is like having a full-on-call healthcare team right in your pocket. Always 100% free. And don't forget to like and follow for more doctor-approved info you can trust, right here from Ubie Health.